Hello all, welcome back to another video and welcome to Sammy G's World of Cinema. Today on the channel, guys, I wanted to do a little bit of a different video here. I kind of been going back to a few winter related or based movies of late, and it's kind of just inspired me to kind of do some like winter based recommendations. I've got like 7 movies to talk about here, and I just think these are perfect movies to watch at like kind of perfect choices for movies to watch at like this time of year, but there's also got the wintry vibe of it as well. So I can't wait to do like this video, because I did do something similar called 10 movies I love to watch at winter. I think I did that video last year. So I wanted to do something similar to that, and just, it's really good to do these videos, like kind of talking about the movies themselves. And I just really enjoy like doing these sort of videos. So guys, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a hot chocolate or a beverage, and winter is here. Not winter is coming, because winter is here. And let's roll the credits and we'll get on with the show, shall we? It's still the weekend. It's still very much alive and kicking. Let's get on with the show and see what movies I'll be talking about here today on the channel. Come on, bring on the show. Let's go. So the first movie I wanted to talk about is a film that I only watched for the first time earlier in the year, and it is a film that has been on my mind a little bit, and just one that I think when I do return to this movie, it has to now be around this like time of year, like winter. This has got Josh Hartnett's in there, and there's Rose Byrne, Matthew Lillard, and oh goodness, I think it's Claire Kruger who's in there as well. And so a really good cast, to be fair. And that is the film Wicker Park. So this takes place around the wintry time of year, based in Chicago. I think part of it's Chicago, part of it is New York, if I'm not mistaken. And you kind of follow this guy who's kind of just top of the world, played by Josh Hartnett, and he's about to fly over to China to go on like a business trip, and then he finds out that his ex-girlfriend is like back in town, like his ex-fiance, and he kind of wants to sort of like pick up as many information as possible to why his ex-girlfriend Lisa has just returned to town like 2 years after he's last seen her, but like to learn why she disappeared out of the blue one day after they just got engaged. And you kind of, it's done in this sort of like non-linear structure where you focus on present day, and like when I'm trying to think of the guy's name again. I'm going a bit blank there, guys. But Josh Hartnett's character, anyway, where he's trying to see what's going on with Lisa present day, but you focus about their past relationship and their neighbour that's kind of knows like them as a couple as well. So this is just a really interesting little drama, this one. It's kind of one of these I've got to be in the right mood for as well, because it is quite a serious drama. There are some quite intense scenes in there as well, but I do think it is a good film, guys. And I picked this one up on DVD for like 20 pence in a charity shop, and just a film I knew nothing about until I spotted it in that very day in a charity shop, and just a great one to kind of watch at this like time of year as well. So yeah, I would definitely recommend you guys checking this one out. It's done in, like I say, non-linear sort of fashion, but I think going into this on second viewing, like, some things I was a little bit unsure to how it was played out. I think I'm gonna really appreciate more now on that second viewing. So yeah, that's the film Wicker Park, and just got a really great wintry like setting to it. And then oh my goodness, guys, I absolutely love this film. Now, for a long time, I think this was my favourite film by the Coen brothers. I have to now give that to The Big Lebowski, because The Big Lebowski is just one of my favourite films ever, guys. I absolutely love and adore that film. But this is hands down still in my top 3 Coen brothers films. I have seen about 2 or 3 times. I am long overdue a rewatch, mind you. And again, just got that great wintry, icy setting to it and stuff. And that is Inside Llewellyn Davis. This film is absolutely fantastic, guys. Like, just a great ensemble cast with Oscar Isaac, Carey Mulligan, Marcus Mumford makes an appearance in this. You've got Justin Timberlake, and John Goodman. Yeah, just a great cast to this one, like you would expect with a lot of the Coen brothers films. But yeah, this takes place again around that sort of Greenwich village scene in the early 60s, where folk as a music genre was really becoming like its own thing. It was really starting to evolve as a music scene, where you get the likes of Bob Dylan, John Baez would be like come onto this scene around the time in the early 60s. I think this would make a perfect double bill actually with the Bob Dylan biopic with Timothy Chalamet called A Complete Unknown, because they are quite similar in tone, both of these movies. But sticking on topic with Inside Llewellyn Davis, so yeah, Llewellyn Davis, he kind of lives in this apartment. You see that he's starting to crumble, like as I say, when he goes to these sort of like folk nights and acoustic nights, like, things just don't seem to work for him. He's had a bit of a car crash of a relationship with Carey Mulligan's character, and yeah, as you pick up on the film, like at the start, they just do not get on at all. And yeah, Oscar Isaac as Llewellyn Davis, he does all he can, trying to make a name for himself when he's either performing at these like intimate venues, or he meets someone from this record company. Yeah, it's or an agent. It's just, you kind of see this film just flip on its head constantly, but you just really actually rooting for him to kind of really find his spark and really gets like the recognition that he deserves, because like his songwriting and his kind of music is just so talented and just really fits the tone and the vibe of that folk scene, and just a really good example of that. What I love about this film is you do see a couple of other folk bands in this film, and they perform their own songs. Yeah, I think this film is absolutely fantastic, guys. That New York early 60s scene as well is great, and while the ending is kind of left open to your imagination of what is foretold with this main leading character as well, it's just, yeah, absolutely love it, guys. You get a bit of an early glimpse of a young Bob Dylan in this film as well. It's just wonderful, great performances. The soundtrack as well, can't forget the soundtrack is absolutely superb. And actually you do get some great scenes with Llewellyn and his cat as well. I do love those like scenes in there. I'm sure Jodie and Tim would agree with that as well, and Roy, because I know they're all cats lovers as well. So yeah, definitely like those scenes between Llewellyn and his cat in that film is just magic. So yeah, beautiful movie. Yeah, that's Inside Llewellyn Davis, which would get my high recommendation there. This is a film I just rewatched last weekend. A film that I have actually requested, recommended to a couple of people recently. Again, I have to thank Andy at Forgotten World of Movies for kind of putting me onto this film, because I didn't know about this film until Andy spoken about it on like a previous video, and that is the film A Simple Plan from Sam Raimi. Yeah, I've seen this twice now. This is just such a great, like, wintry based movie that also takes place around the festive time of year as well. And this is such a great like cunning, gripping drama, this one. This is starring Bill Paxton, Billy Bob Thornton and Bridget Fonda. Bill Paxton plays someone who he's kind of like, he works at this garage, or like he's a carpenter, a joiner. I'm trying to remember what his job role was in this film. And Billy Bob Thornton, yeah, I think he's his brother. They spend a lot of like quality time together, and his wife, played by Bridget Fonda, is expecting. And then yeah, one day, like kind of in the run up to Christmas, Bill Paxton, Billy Bob Thornton and their friend, the actor, he did a great job in this as well, who played that guy. They just like basically just are hanging around like this field, and then they discover this plane in the middle of the field that crash landed in this field. And then when they go to this plane, they find this huge sum of money, which goes for like millions of dollars. Is just left sort of like scot-free in this bag. And then they kind of are very indecisive of what to do with this bag of money. So the only thing they do is to keep it as an ongoing secret, and basically sort of make reservations of who to tell one by one. But as the film progresses, you see that this sort of secret does start to unfold. There's consequences that are coming, knocking on one character to the next their door, and the film just constantly flips itself on its head surrounding this sort of new discovery afoot. And yeah, this is just a great little drama, this one, guys, that I think is pretty underrated. I would love to see the Arrow Video edition of this come to the UK at some point. Yes, please, Arrow Video, that would be great, because this is just a really good, like, wintry based film. If I'm ever going to watch this film, it would be around this time of year, if not like early in the year, because yeah, and just like, again, the acting and the dialogue and the chemistry between sets of characters is just really, really great to watch on screen here. And it just, again, a great setting with the festive wintry period as well. So that is the film A Simple Plan, and it's just got a great like mystery feel about it as well. So then, guys, I have gone for a film that is part of a trilogy, but a film you can obviously watch on its own accord. But that being said, this trilogy I would highly recommend this trilogy anyway, guys, because it's possibly one of the best trilogies of all time, in my opinion. And that is the Three Colours trilogy. So that is Three Colours Blue, Three Colours Red, and this film, the second film in this trilogy, which again, each of these films you can watch on its own accord because they're not like kind of like their individual stories still. But this one I've included in this video is the second entry in this trilogy, Three Colours White. And this is possibly, it's either that or Red, which is my favourite of the trilogy. I honestly can't decide because I absolutely love this trio of films. Roy, if you're watching this, by the way, Roy, these films, mate, are possibly gonna be your cup of tea here, buddy, because I can imagine this would definitely be right up Roy's street for sure. So yeah, buddy, I would highly recommend this trilogy of films. But this is a fantastic addition to this trilogy. So Three Colours White is basically about a guy called Carol who basically has just divorced his wife in France. Basically, his wife comes out and says, you know, like multiple things, and there's things going on back and forth and in the press. And then it kind of, and then the finger is pointed at Carol. He's kind of the one that's kind of forced to leave France, out of the country. He loses his job. And he is on this sort of like extraordinary journey to return to his homeland in Poland. So he plans to basically to return home in this suitcase belonging to this guy. This guy makes sure that he is hidden like part of this suitcase in order to return home. So they've kind of made a bit of a scheme there. When he does like return home, you find that there's changes that is happening in his very eyes, you know, like not all what it seems at the start. And he basically tries to sort of like find new life back in Poland, where he does like go to his brother. He reaches out to his brother and to find work, but also he has a feeling that this company might be sort of like under a great deal of pressure, and he's kind of picking up on all this information out of the blue. And yeah, this is just a fantastic drama, guys. Absolutely sheer brilliance all the merry way yet again here from Krzysztof Kieślowski, who is possibly one of my favourite directors. Like, this director has not made a turkey or a stinker in his filmography. He's just so consistent with his filmography. A lot of his films you have to be in the right mood for as well, because there are a lot of kind of really subtle, serious and dark sort of like dramas, but just the acting, the storytelling is just so fascinating and engaging to watch. And I absolutely get Three Colours Blue, I think by a lot of people is hailed as the best one in this trilogy. I absolutely love that movie, guys. Don't get us wrong. That is a fantastic film all the same. But controversially, that might be my least favourite of the trilogy. That being said, I do absolutely love that film. But this and Red, I just connect with that extra bit more. And yeah, but like I say, all fantastic films, but this might just be my favourite one. Three Colours White there. And again, I just love kind of the snowy setting to this one. The scenes by this train station, and you see Carol and this guy, and they just sat down making conversation. I think there's one scene where he's like on by this phone booth, and they're acquainted, and yeah, this is just really good stuff here. So yeah, Three Colours White, as this trilogy as a whole, gets my high recommendation, but especially at this time of year, Three Colours White is definitely one I would choose to watch it at the winter time for sure there. I have picked a film that I just absolutely love. I remember one day, it was one Sunday evening, about 2009 or something like that. Me, my mum and dad, we all sat down together and we watched this film for the first time, and oh my goodness, absolutely love this. You know, Tom Hanks, one of my favourite actors. Steven Spielberg, one of my favourite directors and one of the greatest directors that stands the test of time. And yeah, it's just a match made in heaven there between the director and the actor on screen, and that is The Terminal. Yeah, this takes place again around the festive period, and like, whilst this film, for a vast majority of it, does take place inside this airport, it's still got that wintry feel. It's got all the bells and whistles right there to make it like a wintry and film-based movie, but there's got those festive feels about it. Just when you see the tree and all the decorations inside this airport, it is just fantastic. But Tom Hanks is brilliant in this, possibly gives one of his best leading performances, which is saying something, because Tom Hanks has, you know, like, proved time and time again that he is just an absolutely wonderful actor. And I think the only actor to win Best Leading Actor at the Oscars 2 years in a row. And yeah, this is just great, where Tom Hanks plays someone called Victor who finds that his country is going under like a new government and kind of like new rules in place as well. And he finds that his passport is expired, and he can't enter like the US until they find they resolve and work a way around like it, like his passport, but also his rights to enter like the US. You do really feel for him along the way, where you see one scene at the start where he just breaks down that his country is like at great threat, and it's quite a heartbreaking scene to watch. Basically lives at this airport, and you know, like, he finds new ways of doing things, and he goes on like different duties. You just see him just like hang around like this airport, and he meets like Catherine Zeta-Jones, who her relationship is at a bit of a car crash. He meets someone who works at, I think, at this restaurant place or somewhere, who is madly in love with this this lady who I think works by these security checks. It is just, yeah, and this guy who is a cleaner who makes it, I think has been in a few of these American comedies. He makes a great appearance in this. So with this like sort of premise, they just do so much with it, and it's just really good. It's really wholesome. The guy who plays like this head chief as well is kind of a really great sort of rival to the story as well. But it's just excellent sort of writing, brilliant movie, guys, and the score as well is just so fantastic as well. The first time me, my mum and dad, we watched this film, I had this score piece just stuck on a loop in my head. It's a really catchy score there. But yeah, again, you're really rooting for Victor to kind of get his own ways and to kind of, you know, like continue to live a satisfying life. And yeah, you see how that unfolds at the very end of this film. But brilliant movie, guys. Tom Hanks gives an absolute stellar performance, as you would expect from Tom Hanks. So yeah, The Terminal, and a great one to watch at this time of year as well. So guys, the last couple of films to talk about in this video is coincidentally by the same director, and that is Alexander Payne, who I think has just made some really good movies. There's a film of his that I haven't actually checked out yet, but I've heard amazing things about it. It's a film called Sideways, which, yeah, I've heard mostly good things about that film. So that's a film I definitely would love to check out at some point. But both of these films, like, again, coincidentally by the same director, and both films take place at that wintry time of year. So the next one that I've gone for is The Holdovers. This you can actually class as a Christmas movie as well, which it has every right to be, with sort of like being set at Christmas, and it's just, yeah, like, again, got that Christmassy feel about it. But definitely one I'm more than happy to still watch it, say, like, during, like, November. You know, it's still got that wintry feel about it. But The Holdovers, this is a really good, like, wholesome film here. Paul Giamatti, who just gives a great leading performance in this, as kind of this sort of, like, aging and yet kind of grumpy sort of professor who's got a little bit of a kind of dry sense of humour. But yeah, he's basically just kind of, he is not kind of in the best place and stuff. He's got like his own things going on there, and he is on duty to kind of look after this prep school and these students who haven't got any like sort of family plans over the Christmas period, and their families, each of their families are busy over the Christmas period, and they've got like kind of nowhere to stay but this prep school. But you find over time that they are actually got places to go in that. So this then, there's only one student in this film. I'm trying to remember the actor's name, guys, but he is a very good actor all the same. And yeah, it's him and Paul Giamatti's character, and I think Joy Randolph as well, and it's just them who's basically staying at like this prep school over the Christmas period, where I think the character's name is called Angus, who doesn't have anywhere to go, and his family are like super busy over the Christmas period. So he stays at this prep school over Christmas. But you do find that the teacher, played by Paul Giamatti, does have like Christmas plans as well, and he's kind of like just tagging along with him and going on this car journey. I think just around like sort of like Chicago and stuff, you find that that part of this film is set at Chicago over the Christmas period. And yeah, it's just a really good like sort of like wintry and Christmassy based drama, this one. Yeah, this has got a really good like 70s aesthetic. I think this film does actually take place in the year 1970, and yeah, it's great to see how this film sort of like it's there's a good like kind of build up there towards like actual Christmas Day, and you see that one character is destined to try and spend time with his family over Christmas, but other things just get in the way in that, and then he's just basically having to stay at this prep school in the meantime. But then the main teacher as well is actually wanting to see like a couple of his relatives and stuff. So it's really interesting to see from both perceptions of how things are going in their lives and how is this Christmas period working out for them. So yeah, I just love this movie, guys. Definitely one I do plan on checking out over Christmas this year as well. There's just great acting, there's a lot of heart and soul and some important messages in this film as well. I just love that whole sort of 70s aesthetic, but there's one like house party scene that's probably my favourite part of the movie as well. So yeah, that is The Holdovers. And the last film to talk about for this video, and I would say, guys, this film is, by the way, Paul Giamatti, great leading performance, and who went up for, I think, best leading actor at the Oscars, and yeah, rightly so, because it absolutely deserves it. And then similar to that, I believe Bruce Dern also went up for best leading actor at the Oscars. I think this was the year 2013, 2014, and this is the film Nebraska, again from Alexander Payne. And yeah, this is a fantastic drama. This guy's absolutely brilliant. Like, again, Alexander Payne is just really good at like sort of making these like original like sort of drama-based movies, and this is no exception to that. Like Bruce Dern, who plays someone who is enjoying retirement, and he like is basically one day found like just walking past like this sort of like roundabout, or like by like this motorway, and basically his son finds him there, and basically Bruce Dern's character is on this vital mission to basically collect his prize that he believes he has won this prize for $1 million like in this lottery. He's basically really sort of like kind of, he's very much attached to that. So him and his son basically go on a journey, I think it is to Montana, to collect his prize money. And you see kind of a family, father and son sort of car journey. They meet characters along the way, and they basically like they would go to a couple of places and just hang out and stuff and spend quality family time together. You do find the side story with the main son as well, who is kind of having to keep his family updated about this sort that what's going on and where he's at and how his father is doing. And yeah, I just think this is such a fantastic film. I believe Bob Odenkirk makes an appearance in this as well, but the guy who plays the main son in this is brilliant, really delivers a great like supporting role. And yeah, this has just got a great like wintry presence about it and great like snowy setting. It's a film I have seen like a couple of times, and one that actually like Inside Llewellyn Davis is long overdue a rewatch from me. I might try and find a day to possibly watch both this and Inside Llewellyn Davis, because they're just long overdue a rewatch. Like, both of these movies I haven't seen for almost a decade, so long overdue that. And yeah, and they're just both fantastic films, and again I think would make a great double bill there. So that is Nebraska. That has been some of my winter based movie recommendations, but I will just give a few other honourable mentions, like of other movies I have spoken about before, but I have mentioned the likes of 101 Dalmatians and Also, The Hateful Eight, and yeah, Hugo, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and also Anatomy of a Fall and Snowpiercer, films I have spoken about on the channel before, but I thought it was great to kind of give them some honourable mentions and films that I'm really fond of that do take place around the wintry time of year and stuff. So yeah, guys, hope everyone is keeping well, and do let me know in the comments, guys, have you seen any of these movies and what's your thoughts on them? Because I would love to hear your thoughts on these movies. And do you have any of these in your collection? Do you plan on checking any of these movies out? I would love to know all of that good stuff in the comments down below there. And yeah, guys, I do want to take the time to say thanks so much for all of your continuous support on the channel. I will be back for episode 9 of the Unwatched Shelf series, and more content is on the way there. So thanks for watching, cheers for stopping by, and until next time, I'll see you for the next video. Bye bye, take care, guys. Thank you so much.